Hello, little Timmies. And today we have to talk about the worst trade of the season. And when I say this, but hear me out. Let me tell you the trade first. So, this trade was between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Portland Trail Blazers. The Portland Trail Blazers gave up Norman Powell and Robert Covington. And you want to hear who they got back? Eric Bledsoe, 2 nobodies, and a second-round pick. I don't know what the Blazers are doing. I said that they should trade Norman Powell and Jusuf Nurkic, all those guys. I'm glad that they traded Norman Powell, but I'm in shock right now. They traded Norman Powell, who's averaging 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, for Eric Bledsoe, who's averaging 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. People are saying that they did this to clear up cap space. I could see that because they want to get like a Ben Simmons type of player, but if I'm the Blazers and I'm clearing up cap space, I'm trading Norman Powell for a good young guy, not Eric Bledsoe. As I saw that they gained like $10 million because of this, because of like contracts and all that. But wow, Norman Powell and Robert Covington. I said that Robert Covington was the most likely to be traded, but I did not expect this. But now the Clippers, this is a very good trade. It does suck that Paul George and Kawhi are injured, but if they do come back for the playoffs, that'll be exciting, but they won't have any experience with their team. So hopefully by next season, if they have Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, they're going to be scary. Because their point guard will be Reggie Jackson, shooting guard, probably Norman Powell, maybe Paul George is shooting guard. So let's just say Paul George shooting guard, Norman Powell small forward, Kawhi power forward, and then their center would be either Zubac, sorry if I said that wrong. Him or Serge Ibaka maybe, because he can stretch the floor. But that's a scary lineup. And their bench is pretty deep too. They have Marcus Morris off their bench, Luke Kennard, who just went off on the Washington Wizards, got one game-winning 3. So yeah, they're gonna be pretty scary. But I saw this trade and I was in shock because the Blazers got scammed. The general manager should be fired after that trade. The Portland Trail Blazers needed to start trading their older players, but yeah, they should, because of this move. I do think they're gonna trade CJ McCollum this trade deadline. I said in my previous video talking about this that they weren't gonna trade CJ McCollum this trade deadline, but after what they just did here, I feel like they have to, because they're probably gonna try to trade CJ McCollum for Ben Simmons. And if they get that done, that's a good trade, in my opinion. But I think after this trade, you can see the direction that they're going in. And that direction is trying to get Ben Simmons, or trying to get some type of good player to pair with Dame. So you can tell they're not going to go young like I want them to. They're going to try to pair someone with Dame. And hopefully that'll work out for them. Hopefully they can get someone like Ben Simmons. But Dame said he wants Ben Simmons. So they do get Ben Simmons. I do think that would be a good trade for CJ. Just so that they could shake stuff up, because CJ and Dame, they've been with each other for a while. And I think they were at their peak when they made it to the Western Conference Finals. So now they can try stuff out with him and Ben Simmons possibly. Or just someone else. Maybe Julius Randle, something else like that. Someone who the team doesn't really care for anymore and they're willing to trade. But yeah, I also wanted to compare this to the New York Knicks and the Cam Reddish and Kevin Knox trade. And in that trade, the Hawks traded Cam Reddish, and then they got back Kevin Knox plus a first-round pick, and the Blazers traded Norman Powell and Robert Covington and only got a second-round pick, which is pretty sad. I do think that Norman Powell is by far more valuable than Cam Reddish. So I do think that they should have tried. I do see what they're trying to do, though, to free up the cap space to get someone like Ben Simmons, as I stated. But yeah, this is not the trade. This is not the one. You don't need Eric Bledsoe because they have Damian Lillard, who he's injured right now, but when he does come back, he'll be the starting point guard. And then they have Anthony Simons off the bench. So they might get Eric Bledsoe, then waive him. But his contract is like $19 million, which is very expensive. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I also wanted to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers. I wanted to talk about them in their own video, but I don't really think it'll fit in a video. So I'll just bring it up at the end of this one. The Lakers are bad. And I'm not saying this like their team is just trash, but they're bad in the sense that they can't all play together. Like, this season, their big three, and I say that sarcastically because I don't think Russell Westbrook is all that good, and Anthony Davis hasn't really been playing that good this season. But LeBron, Russell Westbrook, and Anthony Davis have only played 16 games with each other out of like 50, which isn't good. So I think the big problem with this team is they can't have everyone on the floor. Like, they're just getting injured, at least one of them. Because Anthony Davis was out for like 17 games early in the season. LeBron's dealt with some injuries. He was out this last game when they lost to the Clippers. And I watched that Clippers game just before making this video. And it was a close game. It feels like every single game now, Russell Westbrook is just going to miss a wide open dunk. I feel like it happens every game. But I don't think that it's because Russell Westbrook is bad. I just think it's necessarily that he's just getting older and he just can't jump as high as he used to. He's used to just being his head right at the rim and just dunking it, but I do think that he just can't do that anymore. So he's used to being able to jump up there and dunk it, but then he gets up there and then misses. But yeah, Reggie Jackson got the game winner. It was a nice spin on Alex Reeves. He got the spin, and then AD, he had it at full court. And 4 seconds left, he drove it down and then got a little floater. It was like the perfect shot, and then he missed. But you're not going to make them all. It sucks that the Lakers lost. They had lost their last three, and then they beat the Trailblazers 2 nights ago. Well, 3 nights ago now. They beat them by only like 4, and then now they lost to the Clippers by 1 point. So, yeah, the Lakers, I think if they have everyone on the floor, they'll be good. But they just can't get everyone on the floor. But hopefully, now that AD's back, LeBron will come back, and then they'll all be on the floor, and they can start doing better, because currently right now they're in the play-in tournament, but I do think that they'll find a way to make the playoffs. I'm not sure if they'll do good in the playoffs, because injuries. But yeah, thanks for watching, and bye-bye.